Darling, your mother changed the password. I can't use her card for my shopping anymore. Her voice whined through the phone, sharp and entitled. I stood in the kitchen, listening, unseen. 20 minutes later, the front door slammed. My son's voice cracked through the house like thunder. "Mother, why would you do this? She needed the card." Too bad they didn't know about the other surprises. Once, I thought love was a shield. When he was born, I swore to protect him from everything. The world, hunger, betrayal. I never thought I'd have to protect myself from him. He was gentle once, a boy who cried when he saw me cry, who kissed my hands after long days. Then she appeared. Pretty, clever, with a sweetness that curdled into something venomous once the ring was on her finger. I welcomed her, fool that I was. I gave her jewelry, dresses, even the keys to my bank account when they first struggled. Family helps family, I said. She smiled like a saint, kissed my cheek, and later whispered in my son's ear until my words became enemies in his mind. The first cut is always small. Missed visits, cold greetings, a side glance when I spoke. Then the real wound. I found receipts, lavish trips, designer bags, all under my name. They weren't struggling anymore. They were feasting on me. I didn't confront them, not yet. Anger burns quickly, but revenge? Revenge requires patience. I began collecting pieces, copies of withdrawals, transfers I never authorized, a hidden account she'd set up, using my details. I even hired a quiet investigator, the kind who asks no questions and delivers everything in a neat folder. Pictures of her with someone else, another man, younger, shirtless, her arms around him. Proof enough to split my son's loyalty if I wanted. But I wasn't going to beg him to see. No, I wanted him to feel the sting, the collapse, the same way I did. So I waited. I smiled at her. I let her borrow. I cooked for them when they came. I played the role of the aging, trusting mother. And slowly, carefully, I rerouted everything. First, I changed my bank passwords, then the credit cards. I canceled the ones she favored, replaced them with new ones I never carried. I visited my lawyer, signed documents, moved properties into trusts she could never touch. Every brick of my life, every hard-earned asset pulled quietly out from under them while they kept dining on the illusion of my generosity. The last piece was the will. My son always assumed everything would fall to him. I made sure it still would, just not in the way he expected. The conditions are ironclad. Not a cent if he remains married to her. Proof of divorce or nothing. A cruel clause, perhaps, but fair. He may choose her or the inheritance. That brings us back to today. When my son stormed into the house, his face red with fury, I didn't flinch. "Why would you embarrass her like this?" he shouted. His hands trembled. He had no idea the storm he was standing in. "She embarrassed herself," I said simply, sliding the neat folder across the table. Bank statements, hotel photos, messages between her and her lover, screen-lit confessions of passion he could not mistake. He stopped shouting. The blood drained from his face. His wife's name clung to his lips, but he didn't say it. He flipped page after page, denial cracking with each turn. "She said you were controlling," he whispered, as if speaking to himself. That I what? Wanted to ruin her?" I leaned forward. My voice was low, steady, sharp enough to cut. "I gave her everything, and she took more. She took you from me." His eyes filled with something I hadn't seen in years, shame. The silence stretched, heavy and suffocating. Then, from the hallway, her voice called his name, annoyed, impatient. He looked at the folder again, at me, and then he walked out without a word. The house was quiet after that. I made tea, sat by the window, watched the leaves bend in the wind. I didn't need to see the confrontation to know how it ended. The folder was a weapon more lethal than any blade. It would cut her open from the inside, spilling her lies across their marriage until nothing remained. And when he comes back, whether tomorrow or years from now, he will come back, knowing the truth, knowing I saw everything, that I moved the pieces one by one until she was cornered with no way out. Some might call it cruel. I call it balance. She played me for a fool. She thought an old woman couldn't see, couldn't fight back. She forgot the most important rule. I built this family. I know where every weakness lies. So yes, I changed the password. I shut her out. And in doing so, I opened the door to everything else she never wanted revealed. The best part? I never raised my voice, never struck her, never begged. I simply erased her. And the beauty of it is, she'll spend the rest of her life knowing it wasn't my anger that destroyed her.